Door here with Iowa gun owners. It's been a big week here in Des Moines, the Capitol, when it comes to your right to keep and bear arms. And here's an update. First of all, before we begin that, if you're not getting our emails, then you're a little bit behind on the curve of what's happening here in Des Moines on your right to keep and bear arms. If you're not getting our emails, go to our website, iowagunowners.org, and hit the box in the upper right-hand corner to sign up for emails so you get more up-to-date information as the situation develops here at the Capitol here in Des Moines. One thing is clear here in Des Moines: legislators are terrified of gun owners like yourselves. There has been an absolute onslaught of emails, phone calls, Facebook messages, and personal visits by you to the Capitol telling your state representative and state senator, support my gun rights, support Stand Your Ground. That's why we've got 24 co-signers currently on Senate File 137 and about 18 on a House equivalent of the same type of bill. And gun grabbers want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to kill Stand Your Ground, which they're trying to do right now, and still be able to tell you that they're pro-gun at election time when seeking your votes. There's kind of a common mantra here at the Capitol right now: no one wants to be the next Darrell Beal. Now, former State Senator Darrell Beal was Michael Bloomberg's water boy here in Des Moines for years. In 2013, he sponsored a whole host of anti-gun bills, including his signature bill, universal background checks, that would establish a statewide registry of firearms and firearms owners as a result of that bill. Our organization reached out to lots of gun owners in that district last fall and told them what Darrell had been doing. And as a result, he was taken out of office by educated gun owners who were mobilized in that district last year. And so all the gun grabbers know that there's lots more examples like that. And they all know that they don't want to be the next Darrell Beal. They don't want to be the next gun grabber who is exposed for being bad on your gun rights and being sent home by voters in their districts. That being said, they do not want to pass Stand Your Ground because it's a very solid pro-gun bill, and a gun grabber is a gun grabber. So what we're seeing right now are other bills moving in the legislature that are designed to give cover to anti-gun politicians. Now, make no mistake, these bills are, for the most part, very good. I mean, we should know we wrote parts of them. For example, the section in the current bill that deals with removing the obligation to get a permit to buy a handgun. Former Representative Dwayne Alonz, who actually passed away last year, drafted that bill for us for years. Last year we had a bill from Representative Tom Shaw, who's also retired now from the legislature, that would remove the current laws that make it a crime to teach your own child to shoot a handgun before the arbitrary age of 14. That bill, as was Dwayne Alonz's bill, was considered extreme, radical, crazy by gun grabbers here in Des Moines and by leadership in both parties who are determined to not let these bills advance. Now, a year later, these bills are mainstream. They're very normative, and they're receiving wide support in the omnibus bill that is moving in this year's legislative session. And so gun owners owe a huge debt of gratitude, first of all, to former Representative Shaw and Alonz for their steadfast work on your right to keep and bear arms, even when it wasn't cool, when it wasn't popular. And so the question you have to ask yourself then is, if these bills were crazy and extreme a year ago or 2 years ago, well, what's changed? Well, what's changed is gun owners like you are demanding their rights be restored. 100,000 people almost on our Facebook page all coming together to demand that your right to keep and bear arms be respected by your legislator. And so they're hearing it en masse up here, and no one wants to be the next Darrell Beal. And so just again, kind of an encapsulation, we're seeing pro-gun bills move. They are trying to do that while killing Stand Your Ground so as to have cover to come back to you at election time and say, I'm not anti-gun. No. That's why I voted for this omnibus bill over here. And again, the bill is not bad. It has a lot of sections that we wrote that are built into the bill. But it is being done to provide political cover for legislators at election time. One easy way to observe that is to know what happened yesterday in the House chamber. This bill, a very controversial bill, being slammed by anti-gunners and media all across the state, passed with no debate. No debate. Anybody who works the Capitol can tell you that any kind of a controversial bill that passes with no debate is obviously an inside deal being done by party leadership on both sides of the equation to protect their caucus members at election time. Any kind of a controversial bill of any kind of importance, it can be debated for hours in certain cases. Shall issue here in Iowa back in 2010 was debated relentlessly in both chambers. It went on for hours. Yet this bill is passed out with zero debate whatsoever. And so it's pretty obvious This is being set up by leadership on both sides to provide cover for their caucus members at election time. So again, for today, if you could help us out, we need to make sure these guys know that stand your ground is an important issue to Iowa gun owners. It's important to you, it's important to your family, it's important to your friends. We got a call just today in the office from a member of ours over in eastern Iowa, who a good friend of his who was arrested and charged with having to defend himself over in Dubuque County a couple years ago, and he was sent before a grand jury. His life went through absolute chaos, and he was found, he was not indicted by the grand jury, but he went through absolute mayhem for years in his personal life trying to clear his name. And so these stories keep coming up. Stand your ground needs to be dealt with. Iowans need this. Gun owners in general need this. And we're not going to back down, and you can't either. Don't back down. Don't retreat. The hype, the spin, ignore all that. Remind your senator and remind your representative, you want stand your ground. You want it this year. You want it with no weakening amendments and with no compromises. We'll keep you up to date as the bill progresses going forward, and thanks a lot for your calls and emails so far. And again, if you're not getting our emails for more up-to-date updates, go to our website and sign up. Thanks a lot, folks.